Persona 5 fans, modern fans, they're going to be in shambles right here. I can actually head to my character's room, and I'm not told by a cat that it's time to go to sleep. What's going on, everybody? Good to be with you here, Jigoku Gaming Channel here, and here we are once again, turning back the clock, Retro Rewind. We are the place where retro gaming reigns supreme with a modern twist. If you remember back in the day, getting hotboxed in the car by either your parents, an auntie, a grandma, and the only air that would be in there is a little cracked window. You're in the right place here. We're bringing it back to the day. Retro gaming. This is going to be, again, the second part of the Persona 2 duology right here. And we just finished up on Eternal Punishment with our Alba Park stream. You can check that out on the channel, Jigoku_gaming. Check us out on YouTube, check us out on Twitch, a little bit of business. While you're there, go ahead, like us, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're already a subscriber, make sure you also hit that notification bell, hit the ring, ding-a-ding, because that's going to help you keep up with all the latest videos. And like I said, we are going to be getting at it. This game has picked up so much. If you remember our last session, just when we wrapped up, we had so much going on in this new area that opened up in the story of Persona 2. We have now got Nate, who is actually a return character for Persona 1. And if you remember the whole Sebit crisis, you can see him right here. That's going to be Nate. If you're a veteran of the series, love to hear about some of those playthroughs that you have done on that first Persona game. Maybe you play the first Persona game. I still have to get my hands on a copy of that, but I know the story. I've watched through a lot of videos, so we got Nate. We're going through that route. We are at such a critical juncture in the story. There's so many rumors, so many random effect rumors. One's going to be a very, very, very good armor, and the other one's going to be a very, very good weapon. And to kind of give a little more perspective on this, you're going to have to understand the rumor system in this game. The rumor system on Eternal Punishment is actually crazy. The powers of rumors becoming real. You know, enough people believing something actually becomes true, so we're going to summon the power of the greatest guns and the greatest weapons are going to be in our playthrough. And basically, it's going to affect how the gameplay and everything unfolds story-wise. So this game is about power, it's about belief, it's how people shape reality. This NPC right here is going to give you a quest or like a rumor to catch this Tsuchinoko, who's going to be in the dungeon ahead in the sewers. But that's not the important part. The important part is, and listen up here, you get an item breeder from this guy, a free item breeder just from finding this rumor demon. What the item breeder does, why it's so important, because it lets you duplicate any one single item in your inventory. Let me repeat that. It lets you duplicate one single item in your inventory. It's literally a cheat code. It's literally a duplication cheat code. Only it's in an item form. A couple items, if you are interested in what to use the item breeder on, my first probably pick would be this right here, the Akashic Ring. Here's why, because there are a very, 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 very limited number of these in the game. I think the way to grind them is actually a nightmare, like an actual nightmare scenario as well. So since they are so limited, and since they are so valuable because they help in creating a lot of the in-game high-level legendary weapons and characters' best weapons, that would be one of my first go-tos right there, just because that's going to cut down on any grind time if you do end up grinding these out. My second pick, the Soma, and that's just going to be because it is all characters, all conditions, all HP and SP. That I don't even know how many games have a Soma effect that strong, because usually it's just HP and SP, but this one also recovers conditions, It might be in a couple of other games like that, but that one's definitely a good one, and that's another limited item in here. So if you want more of a utility item than a armor or weapon item best for a character, then you can go for the Somo. So those would be kind of my two go-tos right there. I love this game because there's like such a connection, not only with Persona 3 and beyond, where we talk about, you know, the core concepts, the whole persona, the reflection of the soul deal, and the later mechanics that evolved that we know of Persona 3, also beyond Persona 5. If you're a Persona 5 fan, this is a cool trip back in time. If you're an SMT, a Shin Megami Tensei fan, this is also a cool trip back in time. A lot of mechanics and stuff that were also in later games. I was just thinking, I'm like, oh yeah, you know what the return mechanic in this game that you can do in the Velvet Room is? That's literally like the chair feature, the electric chair, and all that kind of Persona-like item stuff. You get items and you're returned for like doing that to your personas. You get their items and stuff like that, and you get like really strong items for the really high level, you know, demons that you can, and really strong armors. So again, we saw that back here in Persona 2, just as a simple return feature. You know, so with all the flashy animations, you know, limited by the time and the technologies of it. So I love to see the evolution and the progression of the series here. A lot of stuff, like I said. So we're going to be here in the sewers here now. We're following this story here. We have Nate. Not only do we have this connection to the future with Persona 5 and Persona 3 in a lot of these games, they don't actually directly integrate a lot of the story that was going on in Persona 2 and 1 as much as Persona 2 does with Persona 1 here. We get Nate or Ellie, who they're going to be return characters from the whole Sebek scandal. That's all going on. Persona 1 story, so veterans of the series love to hear. If you've completed Persona 1, love to hear, you know, some of your stories, what you've been what you experienced going back to that. Did you play it on PSP? Maybe you played it on the original PS1 platform and you were really hardcore, got a Japanese, you know, PlayStation if you're in the NA here, if you're in the EU, or one of our other friendly viewer places. We're all over here. Jigoku Gaming Channel, we're global, we're national. We're not only in the United States, we have our viewers in Europe. Shout out to you. Top of the day, top of the morning out there in Europe. We got there in Australia. Hey, how's it going in the land down under? You know, so I want to hear about those stories. Let me hear what you've been doing there. I think I'm going to get mine for PSP. I thought about getting a Japanese PS1. Oh, no. No, instead, is this a boss battle? I'm not saying this is a boss battle because I wish I would have put my plasma sword on at least first. But we are going to have a battle here to help Aikichi out. Here we are, a little bit of a cutscene right there. We got the Shukinoko, use the Estoma trick to get that. Okay, so we're gonna get this cutscene here. Not too much going on. Not really too much going on right now. We have that boss fight against, I don't even know what to call it, a boss battle. But it looks like we're gonna get Aikichi, and we also get Hells, yeah. We also get Hells with a Z. That's so 90s. That's such a throwback to the 90s and early 2000s right there. Alright, looks like we are in the laboratory now. We had a lot of dungeoning. Woo, I'm worn out from all that. We have the sewers. We have the laboratory. Maya's been out here battling through it, battling through some wild rumors, battling through some wild demons. Can't wait to see where Smile Mall is going to take us next. We love these deep JRPGs with a strong story, tactical combat. You cannot just, I really mean, you cannot miss Persona 2 Eternal Punishment. So much connection into the entire story and history of Persona, from Persona 1, the connections to Persona 3 and beyond, where this fits in with the rest of the franchise. It's just such a great spot. Definitely try this out. This one's a gem. Don't forget, watching this far, hit that follow button, hit that like button. You want to see more Persona 2 in action. Check us out on the channel, Jigoku_gaming. That's going to be on our YouTube, on our Twitch. And let's see what kind of crazy rumors we can make true next. Wishing you all physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional health, as well as food, water, and shelter. Have a great night, everybody, and take care. See you soon. got that. We 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 got that. Come on. Come on. Do it. That's a Dragoon on you, bitch. That's that Dragoon on you. That's the Dragoon. We got it. 50 seconds to go. We fucking got it. No, we're gone. No, don't give me the level up. No, don't give me the level up. We're gone. We got 50 seconds. We're going. We're going. We threw the net on it. We threw the net on Shukuna. We're gone. We're going. We got 45 seconds left. Yo, that's a record.